Alright everybody, what is going on? This is Trey, aka CanTreGame, and welcome back to another video, another Yu-Gi-Oh one, and another unboxing. Now, we are going to be unboxing the latest structure deck, Legend of the Crystal Beast. This is one themed off of Jess Anderson, Yu-Gi-Oh GX, Crystal Beast Monster thing. And actually, I had always kept like Crystal Beast in mind, but I've never really made a deck on them. But this is a good way to introduce me to archetype. Pretty interesting in the fact that when they're destroyed, they don't go to the graveyard, but instead they just go to your back row as continuous spells, which works out to get to summoning the boss monster. Now, I don't know about you guys, but the first thing I thought of with this archetype, because there's 7 of them Crystal Beasts, and basically you have to get all 7 on the field or in the graveyard to summon the Rainbow Dragon, which is the monster on the front of the structure deck box. Kind of reminds me of Supersonic with the 7 Chaos Emeralds, put them all together, ultimate form. You know, I know that they're based off Julius Caesar or whatever, but yeah, we got these today. There's some pretty interesting cards in here, and we're just going to be opening up all of them. But you want to get them quick, because these things sell out everywhere, and once they're gone, they're literally gone. Structure decks don't just keep getting made and sold. They just disappear once they're all out there, so definitely get them quick. It reads, rediscover the power of family bonds, the structure deck, Legend of the Crystal Beast. Jess Anderson's Crystal Beasts are back in a big way with a new form of Rainbow Dragon, ready to unleash a devastating final blow. Unlock the hidden potential of the Crystal Beast with brand new spells and traps. Alright. This structure deck includes 40 common cards, 1 super rare card, 5 ultra rare cards, 3 token cards and various rarities, and 1 double-sided deluxe gaming mat, dueling guide, and tips to execute the perfect strategy. Finally, compatible with all of the cards you already own. If you already have Crystal Beast, this will just bolster you just like anymore. Now, this one comes with brand new Crystal Beast cards, but it also comes with older ones too. I believe you get majority of all the Crystal Beast monsters you need in this set, so you can have a pretty decent haul as it is. But now we're going to pop open these boxes and we're going to look at the cards one by one. So I'll be right back when you're done. Alright. Alrighty, here we are. All 3 are open. The lead card, of course, is going to be Jess's Ace monster, the Rainbow Dragon. Kind of hard to see with the camera. Yeah, I'll turn it this way too, just to help a little bit better. There you go. Good old-fashioned Rainbow Dragon, the original Ace monster. And these dual mats, these structure deck come with one. It's quite a big structure deck here, structure mat. But yeah, this is a paper one with the Rainbow Dragon on it. Looks pretty neat actually. But alright, now we're going to crack open the actual packs. Oh, that looks so much cooler out of the plastic. Look at that. On the film. It's pretty shiny. Care about the best quality, we'll work on that. But alright. Now I've heard that Rainbow Dragons are pretty good at OTK, meaning like instantly like one-shotting your opponent before they can play. But looking at some of the cards I've seen, they can kind of do that pretty good, but the problem right here they have is that if any of the Crystal Beasts gets banished or whatnot, then it's pretty hard to bring out the Rainbow Dragon. Because you need all 7 on the field in the graveyard, so it's definitely more of a casual friendly deck. I don't think it would be competitive. But our first card is the one and only Rainbow Dragon, boss monster of Jess Anderson himself. And this one says, this card is always treated as an ultimate crystal card, cannot be normal summoned by set, must be special summoned from your hand by having 7 Crystal Beast cards with different names and or field in the graveyard. This card cannot activate the following effects. Turn it to special summon. Quick effect, you can send all Crystal Beast monsters you control to the graveyard. This card gains 1000 attack for each. Sent to the graveyard, you can banish all Crystal Beast monsters from your graveyard. Shuffle all cards on the field into the deck, because it's a very powerful attack. And if you banish all Crystal Beast monsters, because there are 7 of them, I believe, then this card already has a beefy 4000 attack. It's getting 7000 attack on top of that. It's going to instantly one-shot you if you summon it. So yeah, definitely an OTK card here. 1 turn kill. And then we've got the fusion monster. I believe this is the new one. Ultimate Crystal Rainbow Dragon Overdrive. Alright, so must be special summon from your extra deck. During a duel, you special summon an ultimate crystal monster by banishing the above monsters from your field and or graveyard. While 7 or more of your crystal beast monsters with different names are banished, this card gains 7,000 attack. If this card has not battled this turn, quick effect, you contribute this card, shuffle as many cards on the field as possible into the deck, and if you do, special summon any number of your banished crystal beast monsters. Really good card there. Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon. Alright, so like another version of Rainbow Dragon. If this card is face up, my bad, let me read it again. If this face up card is destroyed in your monster zone, you can place it face up in your spell and trap zone as a continuous spell instead of sending it to the graveyard. You can only use each of the following effects of Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon once per turn. When an attack is declared involving Crystal Beast monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can banish this card, treat it as a continuous spell, special summon one level 4 or lower Crystal Beast monster from your deck, but negate the effects. And if you do, add one ultimate crystal monster from your deck to your hand. Pretty powerful card. Now I don't know the value of all these Crystal Beast cards yet because I've never really played Crystal Beast. I've always considered it but never went through with it. I'm more of a 5Ds person. Sorry to all you GX people. I have watched Yu-Gi-Oh! GX and 5D, but 5D is like been my favorite out of it. Rainbow Bridge of the Heart. I think this is the new card. During your main phase, you can normal summon one Crystal Beast monster in addition to your normal summon / set. Oh, that's really good. You can only gain the effects once per turn. You can only use the following effects of Rainbow Bridge of the Heart once per turn. During your main phase, you can destroy one Crystal Beast card you control or in your graveyard, and if you do, add one crystal spell or trap from your deck to your hand. If a Crystal Beast card is placed in your spell or trap zone, even during a damage step, you can target one card your opponent controls. Return both back to the hand. That's Rainbow Bridge of the Heart. Good card there. Jess Anderson's little spirit monster there. I forget his name, I know it's the ruby one. Add one Crystal Beast monster from your deck to your hand and place one Crystal Beast monster with a different name from your deck in your spell and trap zone as a continuous spell. You can only add your Crystal monster per turn. Really good card because you're basically setting up 2 of the 7 Crystal Beasts to summon Rainbow Dragon. So definitely play 3 of those. That's cards like important. Rainbow Overdragon. Alright, another version of the Crystal Beast's Rainbow Dragon. Requires 7 Crystal Beast monsters. Must be either fusion summon or special summon, attributing 1 level 10 ultimate crystal monster once per turn. You can banish 1 Crystal Beast monster from your graveyard. This card gains attack equal to the banished monsters. Ooh, at the end of this turn. Quick effect, you contribute this fusion monster. Shuffle all cards and fill into the deck. So they're all share that shuffling effect. I think this one might be possibly the best one. But I don't know, like I said, I'm not familiar with Crystal Beasts. Jess Anderson, Bear with Crystals, and here he's holding all of the Crystal Beasts, all 7 of them. Another token. And now we get to the actual Crystal Beast monster themselves. So we got Crystal Beast, Ruby Carbuncle. When this card is special summoned, you can special summon as many Crystal Beast monster cards as possible from your spell and trap zone. If this face-up card is destroyed in a monster zone, you can place it from your spell and trap zone as a continuous spell instead of sending it to the graveyard. So just like little heads up, all the Crystal Beast monsters, I believe, for the most part, have that effect where if they get destroyed, they get sent to spell and trap zone, so they're not sent to the graveyard. So we're just gonna skip over that from here on out. But basically, if you summon this card, all the other Crystal Beasts that have been summoned in the game can just go into the monster zone back from the spell and trap zone. So you kind of just like consider it like monster reborning them, which is really good. Crystal Beast Amethyst Cats. This card can attack your opponent directly, but when it uses this effect, any battle damage it inflicts your opponent is half. Basically, just attack your opponent directly, but deals half the damage. It's alright. You remember this duel when Jess Jess was doing Jaden and used these things, but I remember he fooled everybody trying to summon the Rainbow Dragon, but he didn't have the card deck because Pegasus never made it, so he kind of just bluffed and Jaden hit him with a KO. It was hilarious. Also, fun fact I found out is that the voice actor for Goku, right? He was voicing the Mammoth. Crystal Beast, Emerald Tortoise. So once per turn, you can target one monster you control that attack this turn, change that target, change the defense position. Alright. Crystal Beast, Topaz Tiger. If this card attacks an opponent's monster, it gains 400 attack during the damage step only. Alright, so the Topaz Tiger there. I believe it's based off the Amber Gem. I believe that the turtle also is based off the Emerald. You know, we got Amethyst and such. We know the Carbunculus Ruby. Crystal Beast, Amber Mammoth. When another Crystal Beast monster controller is targeted for an attack, you can change the attack target to this card instead. Alright, and then we got Crystal Beast, Cobalt Eagle. So here's a good look at it. Just once per turn, you can target one Crystal Beast. Card you control. Place that target on top of the deck. And that's it. Maybe there's some setup with that, I don't know. I heard that Cobalt Eagle was most especially underwhelming. And now we got Crystal Beast, Sapphire Pegasus. When this card is summoned, you can place one Crystal Beast monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard face up in your spell and trap. So it's a continuous spell. Oh, that's actually pretty decent. Crystal Beast. Assembling the Chaos Emeralds, the crystals. Rainbow Dark Dragon. Now this one I believe is the Rainbow Dragon when your Bell corrupted it and it became the Dark Rainbow Dragon. Yeah, like I said, I watched GX. I know stuff. This card is always treated as an ultimate crystal card. Cannot be normal summon / set. Must be special summon from your hand by banishing 7 dark monsters with different names from the graveyard. You can banish all other dark monsters from the field or graveyard. This card gets 500 attack for each card banished that way. Alright, so it's kind of like the first Crystal Beast effect, I'm thinking. Yeah, so it's kind of good to use in a dark deck against dark deck. I don't know how you use it too much. Again, I don't know the value of the Crystal Beast card. It could be good. You guys might let me know. The Crystal Master, a Pendulum card. And what it does is, when the Pendulum effect is your opponent cannot target ultimate crystal monsters or Crystal Beast cards control with card effects. Okay. And the actual monster effect is you contribute this card, add one ultimate crystal monster from your deck to your hand. Alright, so its Pendulum effect is each turn, the first turn, ultimate Crystal Beast card will be destroyed. It is not if the Crystal Beast monster you control battles an opponent's monster during damage calculation. Quick effect, you contribute this card from your hand or place it on the field. Your battling monster's attack and defense becomes double its original attack during that damage calculation only, but it is destroyed at the end of the damage step. The scale is pretty good, 2/2, 5/5, which is a good way to get those gems that are quickly to summon Rainbow Dragon. So that was actually a good idea, making a Pendulum monster like that. Lord of Striking Thunder. Can have a normal summon / set. Must be put to summon from your hand by sending 3 space of continuous spells you control to the graveyard. Enter this card, destroy the opponent's monster to battle, and send it to the graveyard. Inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent. Defense position, monsters your opponent control cannot target monsters for attack, except this one. And this thing's stats. You're good for it. 4,000 attack, 4,000 defense. That's pretty good. Pretty good card. Dimension Shifter. If you have no cards in your graveyard, click effect, you can send this card from your hand to graveyard until the end of your next turn. Any card sent to the graveyard is banished instead, which I believe is supposed to work with the fact that Crystal Beast monsters don't go to the graveyard when they get destroyed. Contact C, because Max C is still banned in the TCG. And it should stay banned. The card's broke. When your opponent normal or special summons a monster except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand to your opponent's field in defense position. This card, the card controller cannot fusion, synchro, xyz, or link summon unless they can use this card as material. Wow, that can kind of really mess people up. Oh, pretty good card. I'm going to have to experiment with this one. Haha! Everybody was excited about this card, including me. Ash Blossom! Everybody who plays Yu-Gi-Oh! Somewhat casually, or plays Master Duel, or even competitive players will know about Ash Blossom. This card has been the bane of my life on Master Duel. So much that I had to build my deck to counter this one stupid card. So this card clearly injured play on one turn. This card is giving me a lot of headache and pain. And up until the structure deck, this card has been worth $50 to $60 just for one. So getting 3 was not very budget friendly, but now with the structure deck, the card is up to 15. So you can kind of get it. The truth be told, I hate this card. What? This card gives me nightmares. I can't play or place a card anymore without somebody revealing this from their hand and stop me from drawing for the entire turn. So that's what this card does. Let's read you guys the effects. For anybody who's not aware of Ash Blossom and why this card is so good, it's actually considered to be the best hand trap on Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now, and it is quite literally a staple. Like every deck of everybody in their mom is playing this at 3 for good reason. Because when a card or effect is activated that includes these effects, quick effect, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard, or just discard the card, more accurately what it says, and then negate the effect. So basically, if your opponent adds a card from their deck to their hand, special summons a monster from their deck, or sends a card from their deck to the graveyard, you just reveal this card, toss it to the graveyard, and that effect gets negated. So if your opponent plays a card, like a generic card that searches something, like maybe, for example, Terraforming, or Pot of Greed, for example, any card that draws from the deck, or wants to send something to the graveyard, or special summon from the deck, this card will negate it. And you basically just lost a card, basically, because it got negated. God forbid you play something like Pot of Desires, where you have to banish 10 cards from your deck just to draw 2 cards, and you get hit with an Ash Blossom, and now you've just lost 10 cards. That hurts. This card is a nightmare. This card is stupid. And now I got 3 of them. Don't just buy a structure deck for this card, alright? You know? Get it for Jess. Get it for the Crystal Beast too. They're still fun casually, you know? Just have fun. And now we got the next best thing in this deck here. Ghost Bell in all dimension. Not as good as Ash Blossom, but she's still ridiculous. When a card or effect is activated that includes any of these effects, quick effect, you can discard this card and negate the activation. Sound like Ash Blossom, doesn't it? If your opponent adds cards from their graveyard to the hand, or deck, or extra deck, or if your opponent special summons the monster from the graveyard, or if your opponent banishes a card from the graveyard, then I discard this card and negate that. So, if you're trying to do anything with the graveyard, move it out of the graveyard, this card's gonna stop you. You're getting negated. I use Necro Valley a lot to negate the graveyard anyway, so it's basically like a Necro Valley. If someone tries to Monster Reborn or something like that, and you pop this, and Monster Reborn is negated, it's pretty dirty hit. It can force your opponent to end their turn in some instances. Awaken of the Crystal Ultimate is more like it. Quick play spell. Reveal one Ultimate Crystal monster in your hand, then activate one of these effects. If you control an Ultimate Crystal Beast monster, you can activate 1 or 2 of these effects in sequence. Instead, parentheses, and do not have to reveal any monster. Take 1 Rainbow Bridge or 1 Rainbow Refraction from your deck and either add it to your hand or send it to graveyard. Or 2, special summon 1 Crystal Beast monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard to your continuous spell and trap zone. You can only activate 1 Awakening of the Crystal Ultimates per turn. Crystal Aegis. And what it does is target 1 Crystal Beast monster card you control, destroy it, then special summon 1 Crystal Beast token with the destroyed monster original type attribute level and attack and defense. If a Crystal Beast card is placed in a spell or trap zone while this card is the graveyard, even during the damage step, you can banish this card, special summon 1 Crystal Beast monster card from your spell and trap zone. You only use the effect of Crystal Aegis once per turn. Ancient City, Rainbow Ruins. Now this one is, I heard this is like actually the best field spell of all time, just by like, in terms of power and utility, it's just tied to the Crystal Beast archetype. But in like, all in all, it's like, I heard like one of the best, if not the best, field spells. You must have this many Crystal Beast cards in your spell and trap zone to activate and resolve this card effect. 1 Crystal Beast. This card cannot be destroyed by card effects. 2, once per turn, including the opponents, you can have the battle damage you take. 3, When a spell or trap card is activated, you can send one Crystal Beast monster you control to the graveyard, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. 4. Once per turn, during your main phase, you can draw one card. So basically, you can draw 2 cards. 5. Once per turn, during your main phase, you can target one Crystal Beast card in your spell and trap zone, special summon that target. So this card is pretty stupid. If you get 5 Crystal Beasts in your spell and trap zone or whatever you gotta do for this, yeah. In your spell and trap zones, this card is giving you some stupid value. Being able to draw twice per turn is stupid. It's just like pot of grease on pot of grease on pot of grease on pot of grease. And you can't destroy it if you get crystal. It has protection and special summoning capability. It's stupid. The card is ridiculous. That's all I can say. It's really good. Rainbow Bridge. What it does is add one crystal spell or trap from your deck to your hand. So this is going to be your searcher. I guess you get a specific spell and trap to start your combo play or whatever. So I would run this at 3 without question. Crystal Beacon. Now that looks like a chaos symbol, doesn't it? Special summon one Crystal Beast monster from your deck. You must have 2 more Crystal Beast cards in your spell and trap zone in order to activate and resolve this effect. That's pretty good. Crystal Blessing. Target up to 2 Crystal Beast monsters in your graveyard. Place those targets from face up in your spell and trap zone of continuous spells. So it's kind of like a Monster Reborn. Crystal Abundance. Send 4 Crystal Beast cards from your spell or trap zone to the graveyard. Send as many cards on the field as possible to the graveyard. Then special summon as many Crystal Beast monsters as possible from your graveyard. Up to the number of Crystal Beast cards sent from the field to the graveyard. By this card effect, I've done this at the graveyard too many times and thought I read it wrong. Crystal Promise. Target one Crystal Beast card in your spell and trap zone. Special summon that target. Crystal Tree. Each time a Crystal Beast monster is placed in either player's spell or trap zone, place one crystal counter on this card. You can send this card to the graveyard, take a number of Crystal Beast monsters from the deck equal to the number of crystal counters that were on this card, place them face up in the spell or trap zone. That's continuous spells. Okay. Crystal Release. Equipped only to Crystal Beast monster, it gains 800 attack. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can place one Crystal Beast monster from your deck face up in your spell or trap zone as a continuous spell. Alright. Rare value. If you control 2 or more Crystal Beast cards in your spell and trap zone, your opponent chooses one Crystal Beast card in your spell and trap zone. You send it to the graveyard, and if you do, you draw 2 cards. Crystal Refraction. If a monster you control whose original name is Rainbow Dragon or Rainbow Dark Dragon activates its effect this turn, it's supposed to summon any number of Crystal Beast monsters with different names from your deck. Advanced Shock. All Crystal Beast monsters on the field and in your graveyard become dark. If the ultimate crystal monster attacks, negate the effect of the attack target during the battle phase. During damage relation, if a Crystal Beast monster you control battles and you would take damage, you can summon Crystal Beast monster from your deck to the graveyard. You take no battle damage from that battle. Alright, pretty good field spell. Not as good as the last one. And now we've got Melody of Awakening Dragon. Discard one card after 2 dragon monsters with 3,000 or more attack or 2,500 or less defense for your deck to your hand. The crazy part is I already ordered 3 of these and they already shipped for a blue ice deck, so now I just got extra. Foolish Burial Goods. Send one spell or trap from your deck to the graveyard. You can activate one Foolish Burial Goods per turn. The Cosmic Cyclone, another card that we got from the Tactical Masters. Got a bunch of these now. Pay 1,000 life points and target one spell or trap from the field. Banish it. Crystal Boon. Special summon up to 2 Crystal Beast monster cards from your spell or trap zone, and if you do, gain life points equal to their combined original attack. If a Crystal Beast card is placed in your spell or trap zone, while this card is in your graveyard, even during the damage type, you can banish this card. Estimate the top cards of your deck, and if you do, Crystal Beast monsters either add it to hand or special summon it. Otherwise, send that card to graveyard. You can only use if you had a Crystal Boom once per turn. That's pretty good. Crystal Miracle. When a spell and trap card or monster effect is activated, destroy one Crystal Beast card you control, and if you do, negate that activation, and if you do, destroy that card. If a Crystal Beast card is placed in spell and trap zone, while this card is in your graveyard, and so you can banish this card. Place one Crystal Beast monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard face up in your spell trap zone as a king spell. You can only use the following Crystal Miracle monster from your hand. Crystal Brilliance. Each Crystal Beast monster you control gets attack equal to its original attack and defense. If a Crystal Beast card is placed in spell trap zone, even in a damage type, you can send this basic card to the graveyard, special summon Crystal Beast monster from your hand or graveyard. Also, any damage you take this through half. Crystal Pair. When a Crystal Beast monster you control is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, place one Crystal Beast monster from your deck face up in the spell and trap zone as a timid spell. And if you do, you take no battle damage for the rest of this turn. Crystal Conclave. Once per turn, if a base of Crystal Beast monster you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon one Crystal Beast monster from your deck. You can send this face up card from your field to the graveyard. Then target one Crystal Beast card you control and one card on the field and turn them to your hand. You can not activate these effects at the same chain. Alright. That card seems pretty ridiculous. Ultimate Crystal Magic. When you control, when your Crystal Beast monster is destroyed by battle, you can send 7 Crystal Beast monsters with a different name from your hand, deck, and or face up on the field to the graveyard to special summon one Ultimate Crystal Fusion monster from your extra deck. This is treated as a fusion summon. If a face-up Ultimate Crystal monster you control leaves the field because of the opponent's card effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard, place any number of Crystal Beast monsters from your graveyard face-up and your spell and trap zone to your spell and trap. That's stupid. So basically just send all 7 to the graveyard to just special summon a Fusion Dragon, a version of Crystal Beast, and then if it gets destroyed, you can just banish the card and get all 7 back on the field. That's set up a Rainbow Dragon. That's stupid. Counter Gem. Send all cards in your spell and trap zone to the graveyard. Place as many Crystal Beast monsters as possible from your graveyard face up in your spell and trap zone and continue the spell. During the end of the turn, destroy all Crystal Beast cards you control. Ferret's Flame. I already love this card just because I love ferrets. If the combined attack of all face-up monsters your opponent controls is higher than your life points, make your opponent shuffle face-up monsters they control into the deck. Their choice. Except monsters with 0 attack, so that the combined attack of the remaining monsters they control becomes less than your life points. Who cares? Make sure you don't get OTK'd. And now we got a card that's currently limited for being too good. Metaverse. This is basically the trap card version of Terraforming. And it says take one field spell from your deck and either activate it or add it to your hand. And that's it. Pretty simple card, but it's really stupid. And that's it for the Crystal Beast structure deck. Really good card. You get a lot of bang for your buck with this deck. That boosts the collection for Crystal Beast cards along with the new cards, as well as good staples like Ash Blossom and such. Ash Blossom, Joy Spring, and Ghost from a Haunted Mansion. So good all around for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I will catch you guys probably later. Enjoy the rest of your day and goodbye.